All right, we can get started. Thank you guys for being here. And we are so excited to have Sair-en with us today. Sair-en is going to talk to us about workplace wellness and some tips and things that we can take with us today to help feel a little more relaxed and calm in our workplace. Sair-en is a highly respected health and wellness educator, movement and breathwork leader, and certified health and nutrition coach. She has over a decade of experience in the wellness space and has guided countless individuals and teams through transformative breathwork, movement practices, nutrition education, lots of amazing things to help us feel our best, to be able to work our best. So we want to be respectful of everyone's time. So we'll turn it over to Sair-en. If you want to put your name and what organization you're with in the chat, we'd love to see where you guys are from. And Sair-en, feel free to get started whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Feel free to turn your cameras on so we can see each other, small group, which is perfect. I'm just hanging out in my house today. um, so let's see. Can I see the chat? Yeah, let us know where you're from. Amazing. Hi, Robert. All right, so I will share my screen and make sure I
Hey,
can
I'm
do
in the office, very loud, so I'm gonna keep it on mute, although I'm happy to let you see my pretty mug.
that. Thank you. I'll take a picture of it. Hi, Susanna. Oh, so pretty. Oh, amazing. All right. Okay, so let me share my screen. Da-da-da. All right, you'll see yourself for a second. Okay. All right. Do you see only the presentation or do you see my screen also? I can't hear you.
Just the body awareness, hidden secrets to
Perfect.
success. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So who's familiar with body awareness? Has anyone ever even really thought about that topic? Can put a yes and no. No. Okay, so body awareness, it is really the base of mindfulness and of wellness because we can't get to the frosting part that is shown and felt on the outside without the cake layer. So, body awareness versus mindfulness. We hear a lot about mindfulness. Mindfulness is very popular, it's a buzzword, and wellness in the workplace. But very rarely do we talk about body awareness. So mindfulness is really, being fully present, engaged, and being in a state where you are observing. So not really judging, but you're just mindful of everything that is happening, of every situation, scenario, and you're not attached to anything, attached to any income outcomes or any thoughts or behaviors. Body awareness is the bridge to mindfulness. So, being aware of your body allows you the space to have that mindfulness come in. So, like I said, mindfulness, as we all know, it's a very popular buzzword. And um, by allowing ourselves to focus in on our body and be aware of where our state of being is, where our nervous system is, this is how we then create like a base level for that wellness and that mindfulness to come in and really do what it's supposed to do. So before we start, you can turn off your camera, you can keep it on. We're just going to take a second and we are going to take a moment to get here. So very rarely before meetings or before presentations or before anything, we really take that mindful moment. And I can't just assume that because maybe you do. But in the bigger picture, a lot of times we're really rushing and going from one thing to the next, just checking everything off. So go ahead and just sit wherever you are and close your eyes, knowing that no one is looking at you. I can't see you right now. And allow yourself just to bring your hands either to your lap or to your desk, somewhere that feels like you are relaxing, resting your shoulders. And with your eyes closed, let your chin be high and your shoulders soft. So starting just to turn on the stature of your body and bring this confidence into the way you're sitting. And just for a moment, bring your awareness, your attention to the top of your head. So if you find that a little hard or difficult, you can bring your hand to the top of your head and then put your hand back down, but really putting your attention on the top of your head, almost as if you were setting a book on top of it. And then starting to move that attention through your forehead, your eyes, your cheeks, your chin, your throat, your shoulders, your chest, your belly, down your hips, down your legs, down your ankles, and out your toes. Just taking a full body scan. And then again, bringing your awareness this time to your face, to your eyes, to your cheeks. And then bringing a hand to your belly. And when you let out all of your air next, take a breath in through your nose and feel your belly rising. So fill up through your stomach. Hold it at the top. An open mouth exhale. Feel your belly coming back in. And do that one more time. Inhale, fill up your stomach. And hold that breath in. And exhale. Let it go. Bringing your hands back to your lap. And again, letting your chin be high. And then very slowly starting to open your eyes and just notice a point in the room, noticing maybe the wall, a picture, and coming back to your space. So noticing the colors. And you want to do that very slowly, coming back. And though that was a little more than a second, this is something that you can do in a second before anything, even before sitting down to work. You might notice that you feel your shoulders softer, you feel your jaw a little softer, you feel a little bit more receptive to just being and to listening and to being where you are in your room. So this can be done at any time. All right, so flow state is something that we all want to achieve. We all want to get to this state when we're working. We all know what it feels like when we're really in the zone in something, and we're really focused, we're really immersed. And everything just seems to be coming out very naturally. I also put the word authentic in there because this is when we're really not forcing, where our work is flowing, and we can feel the difference. We can feel when we're forcing something versus when we are really having something come through us and it's really true work that we're doing. So, how do we get into that flow state? Again, we want to start with that base layer, body awareness. Our body being in a calm state. So, and again, when I say the word calm, it doesn't have to be completely calm, like just coming from a yoga class, but thinking about 1% more, really that 1%. Doesn't even have to be 5 or 10, but just 1% more. So, body awareness leads to a more regulated nervous system, which leads to mental clarity, productivity, greater overall joy, because you're not coming from a space of tension or even spitefulness. Your system has the capacity to do what it's doing. So, as an example, you might feel, we've all been here with anything. It could be personal life, work life, feeling overwhelmed with tasks before an important pitch for a meeting. Your mind is scattered and stress is building in your body. Your shoulders might feel tight. You just feel like you're really trying to get something done, and you feel that tension and that tightness, the opposite of flow. So there's two ways that we can go about this. One way is we push through and we meet that deadline, or we get this thing done, or we do this task. And when we feel anxious about something, we, in this scenario, giving a pitch or talking to someone in a meeting, often you will notice when you are doing that thing or interacting with that person, what is on your mind? You're often most likely thinking about the outcome, what they're thinking about you, what they're thinking about what you're saying. And we think this is just a natural human thing. It's not wrong. And it's more, I can't think of the word I'm trying to say, but it's more apt to being the scenario if we are coming from that more scattered place. So this anxious energy is something that they can feel. And so I have it later in the slide, but really it's not what we're doing that is felt and heard. It's the intention behind it. So how do we then create that better way of being seen? We allow ourselves to take that moment to pause and to not judge where we're at, but just to be. And again, it's when we're operating from this state for a long time, it's not going to be a night and day thing, but every little 1% is helpful. And just the awareness of it is helpful. So, scenario 2, we take that moment to calm our body. We tune into where we are, almost like we just did when we began, and we become more at ease. And the person or the people viewing us can feel this energy. And we begin to introduce a little bit more certainty into whatever we're doing. We detach from the outcome, we detach from everything else because our body's in a more calm state. So I wanted to go through a couple practices that you can do anytime, and just a couple ways that this can be achieved anywhere, anytime, even when you're driving. So this one is my favorite. I do this very often during the day. Practice 1. So coming back to self energy, and that is really our base state of being. You could even do this in the morning. You can do this when you are angry at someone. You can do this when you feel anger or any emotion. You want to come back to that base state. And so how do we do that? And go ahead and practice this right now. So find something in the room, moving your gaze from the computer and finding something in the room that catches your attention. It could be the color of the wall, it could be a picture on the wall, it could be an eraser on your desk. And once you find something, just lock your gaze on that and stay there. And I want you to start to notice the colors of that thing. Notice what the texture looks like, maybe how the texture might feel. Notice the shape of it. Notice how it looks against what it's sitting on or next to. And if there's anything else that you want to notice about that object. And then notice your body. So come back to your body, bringing your awareness to your body. You can even close your eyes if that's helpful. But feel how you feel. So maybe give yourself 2 or 3 words. Maybe you feel calm or interested or explorative or whatever those might be. This is your self energy. So you can come back to this and then come back to everything else that is occurring. Those emotions, those things, that situation, because truly they're just parts. They're not us. So this is a practice that you can do in your car. You can look at trees, you can look at cars, of course, being aware while you're driving. You can do this anytime during a meeting, and no one will know that you're doing it. Practice 2, exhaling longer than the inhale. I learned this a long time ago, and I tell this to a lot of people. I really love this practice because it's not something you have to even try to do. Your body is being told that it's safe when you exhale longer than you inhale. So you don't even have to believe it. It's your body knows it. There was a moment, my brother went to law school, and I was at his law school graduation a couple years ago. He went to Wisconsin, if anyone was curious. And I was walking next to a girl when we were walking into the stadium, and she just happened to say that she was the one giving the speech for the class. And she was saying how nervous she was. And I said, oh, well, before you get on the stage and before you do this, take 3 breaths and just exhale longer than you inhale, because it is telling your body that it is safe. And I saw her after the whole ceremony, and she told me she did that and that it really helped. And so I was happy to be in that moment, planted next to her. But this is something that can be done again in secret. You don't have to even show that you're doing this. So what is happening? It's stimulating the vagus nerve, which is key in the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps relax our body. So it decreases your heart rate, lowers your blood pressure, and brings this feeling of calmness to your body. So the way you could do that, and you can write this down, I always like to start with either breathing in for 4 or 5 seconds, holding for about 2 or 3 seconds, and then exhaling for 6 or 7 seconds, depending on how long you do. So you want to, again, do that practice we did, breathing in through your belly and then breathing out through your mouth. And anytime you do this, it will tell your body that it is safe. So practice 3, intention. I mentioned this a little bit, but this is something that we all really know. It doesn't matter how intuitive you feel you are. This is just like a natural human thing. Think back to a scenario, maybe it's recent or long ago, where you could just tell someone wasn't really being genuine. You could tell that it just felt kind of icky, or maybe it was even you. It felt like you were not being authentic, being yourself with someone or something. And then think about a time where you were approached by someone who maybe was trying to give you something or tell you something, and it just felt really genuine and true. And then also a time where you've done that. You've told someone something or shared something with someone or just with yourself, have felt this true authenticity. You can feel that intention. So really other people don't hear what we are saying. They feel what we are saying, and they can feel when something feels off or on. So this practice is a little different than the other two. And this is something that you can do before going into your day, going into a meeting. I'll use the situation of going into a work project. So say you're about to do something that you need to do and you feel very like not productive and you don't want to do it, or you feel spiteful about it, or this and that. You can take a moment and you can think about the thing that you're doing as water. And this might sound silly or different, but stay with me here. You can think about this thing as water and think about you as food coloring. Whatever you are putting into that water is what's going to be that water. So in this thing that you are doing, you can choose to put frustration, anger, whatever into that, or you can choose to put patience. Even if you don't feel patient, tell yourself, I'm putting patience into this. Or visualize a color that patience feels like. And imagine that being what is infusing this thing that you're doing. Same with a meeting. Think about the intention, what you want the other person to be left with when you are leaving that meeting, what you want them to feel. When we take our attention away from us, then we can really take that attachment away, that attachment of the outcome. This is kind of unrelated, but this is an amazing example that I heard once for sales. So say you go on a stage and there's a million people out in the audience and you feel so nervous. You're about to give a speech and you just feel so nervous. That is because your thought process is on you. You're probably still thinking about what you want to share and what you want to give to them, but most of that is on you, how you're going to be seen, what people are going to think. But imagine this time you're going on that stage and your only mission is to tell everyone in that audience that they are receiving $100 million. Every single person is walking away with $100 million. That's going to feel a little bit more easy, right? Because we're really giving in that scenario. So the intention, it's a little different. That was a little off topic, but in short, the intention behind what we are doing can be felt. And so taking a moment is very important for that. So I wanted to share we kind of already did a little bit of a grounding exercise in the beginning, but I wanted to share something a little different. I do something called clear mind resets for a lot of sales teams and a lot of companies. And we usually do these like in the morning or during a lunch hour or even before like an event or a pitch. They're done for teams or individuals. But with this, and the reason I do it with a lot of sales teams is because we are practicing in our bodies how to come from this confident, authentic state, like I was talking about. And so, how do we do that? In the beginning, we kind of did with our chin up and our shoulders soft. When you shift your body posture, you show up differently, and you can notice even now if you sit up a little higher, then you feel this difference in you. So I wanted to go through a mini version of this, just a couple minutes, and really, again, take you through what it is like to reset and to feel this confidence in your body. So once more, go ahead and just find yourself in your seat. And this time, go ahead and you can turn off your camera if you'd like. Either way, soften your eyes or close your eyes once more and reach your arms up this time. Give yourself a stretch. So reach your arms, reach your fingertips nice and high, maybe circle your wrists. And then one more time, do that. Inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands into your lap and soften your shoulders. And if your eyes are not already, go ahead and close your eyes. And again, let your chin be high and your shoulders soft. And just to start, again, taking that hand on your belly and then put another hand on your chest, on your heart. So you can really have both hands on your body and feel the connection of your whole body. And this time you can really feel where you're breathing from. So when you let out all of your air, take that breath in through your nose, fill up your belly, and then exhale. And we'll do that again, this time counting the breaths. So inhaling through the belly for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, holding it at the top. And open mouth exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Doing that one more time. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then open mouth exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keeping your eyes closed, just bring your hands into your lap, or you can keep them on your body if you would like. And again, bringing our awareness to the top of our heads. Feeling the top of our heads and bringing that awareness through our full body. So again, to our eyes, to our jaw, to our throat, to our chest, our shoulders, our arms, down our bellies, our legs, shins, out our ankles, out our toes. And then bringing your awareness, lifting your chin, softening your shoulders. And with your eyes closed, I want you to imagine walking into your work environment for the first time in the day. And imagine yourself sitting down wherever you sit, or maybe you stand. And maybe you see yourself or you feel yourself. Imagine whatever it would look like or feel like to be someone you admire. And maybe instead, you actually change this to looking at someone that you admire, watching them on TV, watching them in the office. Bringing your awareness to this person that you really admire, the way they show up in the world. You don't even have to know them. They can be an actor, an actress, a teacher. And noticing this person, how they stand or how they sit, how they show up. Noticing their confidence. And really seeing this person. I want you to then see this person becoming you. Same things that you were noticing and feeling and seeing in this person, but it's now you. And bringing your awareness to you with your eyes closed, you right now, sitting where you're sitting, feeling what it would feel like if this other person was one with who you were. Almost like you were putting on a costume, letting your chin be high, letting your shoulders be soft. And feeling almost like this big light of the sun is just radiating out of you. Like there is nothing to think or do or worry about. Almost like you become the whole sun. And then bringing your attention back to your face, eyes still closed, and feeling, imagining almost as if the sun was shining on your face, what that warmth would feel like. Maybe you feel a smile in your eyes. And then imagine that smile in every single one of your cells. Thousands of smiles in your body. And then with your eyes still closed, just starting to notice the chair that you're sitting on, the sounds around you, the air in the room. Taking an inhale through your nose and open mouth exhale. And again, when you are ready, slowly opening your eyes with your chin high, feeling yourself almost brand new. Feeling this confidence through your eyes, your body. Noticing, again, your environment. Reminding yourself in your head of your name. Maybe feeling your hands. And coming back to the room. And noticing how you feel after, even if you want to put into the chat a word that comes to mind that you feel, you can share in the chat. And just a few takeaways. Thank you all for trying all of that and being open to all of that. I want to say, like we talked about in the beginning, wellness is such a buzzword and mindfulness is such a buzzword. And also, sometimes it can be seen as weird. I think it's becoming less weird, these things, because we're noticing it's not just like a Buddha type thing. It's really science. It's our bodies, like we talked about. It's our nervous system. And really, I like to think about the body as technology. We really are technology. And then we also have this energy to us. So when we can use the technology to help balance the energy, we can have everything work together. So a couple of the takeaways: body awareness is the first step to mindfulness, to flow. As you probably notice after doing some of these practices, you feel maybe more capacity to then go on to something else and to add something else. And like I said, if you weren't here in the beginning, just 1% more is all we need to really strive for. We don't need to look for 100%. 1% takes us to that 100%, to that 1000%. Practices can be done anytime. These can be done anytime. You don't even have to have your eyes closed. They can be done sitting. They can be done in the car. They can be done even while you're talking to someone in the midst of a conversation. You can do that practice of coming back to your self energy, noticing something, and coming back to the conversation. And then third, intention, remembering that our intent is what is seen, what is heard. And so just even having the awareness of that will be helpful in anything that you are doing. So I wanted to open it to any questions or even comments about anything. Feel free to, I'm not sure how you want to do it, if you raise hand or drop in the comments.
Do you have any good suggestions of ways to remember to actually take the time to do this? I know it's hard when you're kind of in that stressful spot, and it's hard to remember the things that will actually be helpful to you in the long run. So do you have any good suggestions of things or just ways to remember to put this into practice?
Almost like remembering to eat during our day.
Yeah.
Well, one, I think it's important to note that it doesn't have to be all or nothing. We don't have to be perfect at this. It doesn't have to be like all of these practices. It can just be one thing that really resonates with us. Maybe it's the breath. Maybe it's like noticing those things in the room. I also didn't mention it can be textures. It can be feeling things around you, whatever resonates best. But I would say finding one thing just when you are mindful of it or thinking about it that you like and making that your thing. And then when you forget, it's really a practice. It's really a practice. So you remember once, maybe even having a little note or like a symbol, or even you don't have to have a note. Look at the pen jar on your desk and associate that with coming back. Like find an association for yourself, and then it will remind you. So really just practicing over and over, and then it becomes more natural.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Robert said, I like having an exercise to use prior to an important meeting, public speaking. Yes. Oh my gosh. I have to do that anytime I do anything. And again, like it just becomes more natural, like anything that we do. But it is so helpful because you will feel it in your body. And again, other people can feel it too. Oh, you're so welcome, Susanna. Anyone else have any questions or comments? Anything that came up that you enjoyed, or anything that you do that you like that you'd want to share?
I think this was awesome. Thank you, sair-en. It was nice to have something that was just an easy takeaway, something that can be implemented. You don't need anything else besides yourself to do it. So thank you
You're
so
so welcome.
much.
I love sharing it. I will give it to you, or I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but
Yeah.
I made something for anyone that came to this call
Okay.
for 4 sessions. I just like made a nice little package, so I'll send it
Awesome.
out. I'll also send the information and just my email if anyone has questions about any of this stuff. But yeah, I usually like people will do something like that during a lunch or before the day, or even like make it open to their employees, and they can just schedule individual times. But aside from that, even I want to note, like in your personal life, it's really helpful to take all of these practices too, not just in work.
Yeah, I see Nancy said in the comments that it's a great practice for carpool, and
Oh,
I can totally understand that. I used to be a teacher, and so
mm,
I those moms would line up so early in that carpool line, and I
mm,
always wondered what they did. So
mm.
this, I'm
Mhm.
sure, will be very helpful to some parents out there.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, great. Well, thank you everyone for participating and trying something new. I appreciate
Yes.
all of you.
Thank you so much. And
You're so
we will
welcome.
send out all of her information and the stuff that she has to share with us. Thank you guys for joining us today. We recorded this and we'll post it on our Facebook and on our website and on our YouTube. So you can always go back and access it if you want to remember the steps of things or share
Mhm.
this with somebody that you work with. And then we will see everybody next month for our next Tech Tuesday. Thank you guys.
Bye.